My mother was from a family in the little town of Belvedere, South Carolina, which is right across the river from Augusta, Georgia. And he he had been a soldier in the Civil War. We call it the war between the states and the South. We don't call it the Civil War. We were pretty civil. And uh, he got wounded in one of the battles in Virginia. There are lots of battles. You can't keep up with them in Virginia. But the poor guy had a bad hip, and he walked home from Virginia. Can you imagine? There's just no way. In those days, transportation was practically zero. And then he tried to farm a very poor farm. The land was almost non-productive. And he ran a little blacksmith. The poor guy was doing anything he could to bring ends together. And he was kind of a crabby fella. I wouldn't blame him for being crabby. But we got along pretty well. He put up with me. He would sort of give me hell for little things that I didn't do right, but otherwise we were okay. And her mother was a Strum. Strum was a rather prominent family in that part of the country, and she was a very quiet, easygoing person. One of the things, down there the kitchen was removed from the house because of fire, the danger of fire. So Mary and I were up in the front of the house, and everybody else was back in the kitchen. And so I saw what I thought was an owl landing on the banister of the porch, and I thought, geez, I better get that son of a gun. So I picked Grandpa's gun and shot it. Blew out the window. That put me in real bad shape with the old man, because when we finished dinner, came into the front room, and the front room was really a bedroom, and with a big old fireplace, sitting in the front of that fire. The old man said, "God, I'm cold." This was Christmas, and so there's no window panes in the window. I didn't know what happened. I wasn't owning up to a single thing. I was scared of the old guy. And so the next day, he gets into his wagon and he goes to the town of North Augusta to buy some window panes. Finished. That was my experience with Grandpa. Pretty terrible. And he came to be with Mother when he was real sick. He was in his 80s, and he passed away at our house. We finally made friends,